I got time. I still got time, yo. Still bills. What's the deal, man? Yo, finally got my inspection done. I'm heading back to the crib finally, so I can take my son to play a little ball today. But peep game, man, we got to get into this shit, man. And that is Rick Glacier, man. I don't follow Rick Glacier too much. I do think the information that he pumps out there, a lot of it is hit and miss, but a lot of that shit is definitely hit. Everybody's information is hit or miss, man. All of these insiders that they report faulty information. They all do. They definitely do. But a lot of times they report a lot of accurate information as well. So Rick Glacier, he's really been beating the drum on the tirade against the PPC or whatever, man. And I'm honestly not too mad at it, bro, because I just feel like that flagship is really cancerous to the sport, bro. And I just don't understand why they would go and sign a deal with Prime. It's just ridiculous to me, man. But he's really been banging the drum against Al Heyman. A lot of times people have said that he's bigoted or whatever. I'm not so sure. I haven't heard anything bigoted from him because he's just not a dude that I follow. I could be wrong. He could have definitely said some wild shit that had me like, bro, you real life said that sucker shit? He definitely could have been the dude to say that, but I wouldn't know because I just don't follow him. But a lot of the information that he does put out there is valid information, and that shit just doesn't get said enough because a lot of people want to focus. They'll completely disregard the truths that he puts out there and stay fixated on the little bit of. It may not be the full truth in totality. It may be a one piece that he's slightly missing to complete the truth, bring the truth in full circle, and they'll stay fixated on that, and they'll take that one microcosm that he may have forgotten to speak on, and they'll, oh man, that ain't even true, man, and he a bigot anyway. You dig? And this, I mean, just I've seen a lot of people talk about how bigoted he is, but they're fans of Southpaw. You dig? Or that Southpaw 773 dude, man. So I'm like, y'all dudes just a trip. Nonetheless, what he said about Cameron Duncan is that shit is unacceptable. That shit is wild, unacceptable, man. I'm a proponent of leaving, just all promoters do shiesty bullshit. They have their moments, especially in their youth. You dig? They're trying to learn the ins and outs of the game. You don't know if you're gonna miss out on no money, so you may shortchange a fighter or whatever and not fully compensate him to somewhat fat in your pockets. It comes with the territory. It comes with the territory, and it's not just relegated to promoters. People do faulty bullshit all the time. I've done some sucker shit that it still doesn't sit right with me to this day, and I continue to apologize for that buster shit that I did. Homegirl know who I'm talking about. She know who I'm talking about. She know who I'm talking about. Shout out to Kid Johnson. She knows who I'm talking. I apologize, and just she's so inviting, and she's cool, and just everybody. It's just been so many people that have done her wrong or whatever, and I hate that I have to be one of the niggas that she has to. Yeah. Me and Ronell had our falling out, and she has to go into detail about our falling out, man, and that shit just kills me because it's like it's even hard to talk to her. Like, man, how can I even talk to you knowing I did that buster shit to you? You dig? But she's like, yo, you good, yo, I love you, you good. And what I did was grimy as a motherfucker, man, but it builds character. You dig? You had you go through trial and error as a human being. You trip, you fall, and it builds character. I'll never do that shit again because you someone that I'm cool with, and it's hurting me that I hurt you like that. And it's hurting me even more that you're forgiving the sucker shit that I did. That shit kills me. You dig? And it ain't just her. It ain't just her. My dog, the homegirl Josette, I did some sucker shit to her. Kills me. You dig that I did that shit? Yo, what the fuck is up with this dude? It kills me that I did that. It kills me. And they're still inviting me. I'm still the bro. I'm the loved one. And it's just hard to look you in your face and be cool and just like, just they're inviting you, and the only thing you can think of in the back of your mind is that bitch ass shit that you did. But with that, you build character. It's fucked up to say, but it is what it is. You build character off that. You understand now that shit ain't cool. So maybe Cameron Duncan did do some sucker shady shit early on in his career as a promoter or whatever you want to call him. But to, go on the tirade that you went on where you can't even welcome that man, you can't even be gracious in his passing is kind of wild to me, bro. Like, I ain't heard nothing too disparaging of this dude that would inquire somebody to sit there and bang on him in the manner that Rick did in death, where the family and his loved ones are at their most vulnerable. Man, you think you the only one that didn't, just boxing fans is the only one that seen that tweet? You don't think his loved ones seen that tweet and feel some type of way about that shit? It's fucked up. It's fucked up. It's certain people that are, worthy of that type of response in death. Epstein is one of them. That is a vile human being burned in the hottest part of hell. Richard Ramirez, vile human being burned in the hottest part of hell. It's a multitude of people who are worthy of that type of cynicism in death. I haven't heard anything about Cameron Duncan that would elicit that type of response in his passing, bro. I haven't heard it. I think that shit is really disrespectful and it's really insensitive. It's demonstrative. You dig? Any vile word you can think of to describe that shit, that's the word that that's the proper title for what it is that he did, and worse. That's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up. Good riddance because of what he did. As bad as Al Heyman pisses me off, and Stefan Espinoza, I ain't finna say, yo, good riddance, just y'all, pretty much you deserve to die, you dig, after a long battle with cancer. I wouldn't wish that on them. No. No. Only thing they did, they rotted the sport. They rotted the sport. That doesn't mean they deserve to die for their actions. Nah. You don't wish them, you don't wish their transition on them because they rotted the sport and corroded the sport. No, you absolutely don't do that. And we have no choice up here, as a Nebraskan, but to give it up for Cameron Duncan. Because if it ain't for Cameron Duncan, Bud may not never make a splash on the national stage, international stage. So we salute him on that notion alone. Shout out to Cameron Duncan, rest in power. You dig? But after a while, when you get to doing sucker shit, or not even sucker, well, that was some sucker shit. I don't know so much about like all the other shit that Rick Glacier does, but when you start, you become a thorn in the side of a lot of people, and they're real standoffish with you. Eventually, you're gonna hang yourself. They're gonna give you enough rope to hang yourself, and this is why you could be unapologetic, but you have to be judicious in how you move because your antics won't be tolerated by everybody but for so long. A nigga be eventually, and they gonna be like, man, oh, bro, like you real life a bitch out here, bro. Like, nah, I'm not fucking with you. I'm not fucking with you. And just you got one more time to do some busting shit, and yo, bro, I'm gonna just flatline you, and that's this shit right here. When my guy, you dig, he's on my Facebook page. That's my man Nico. Went on Twitter, banged on him, and got him banned for the Virgil Ortiz fight. Nah, you can't come in here after that shit. After that shit, after what you just did, after that, you can say that vile shit about somebody in death who ain't did nothing but maybe done some sucker shit as a promoter. But that's all these promoters. You don't think Al Heyman does sucker shit? You don't think Bob Arum did some sucker shit? You don't think Eddie Hearn did some sucker shit to position himself, now in the position that he's in? You don't think he's done some sucker shit, some questionable shit? Jai Opataya with that situation with him. He's looking at him like, bro, how you going? I'm the champion. I'm the proven baddest man in the cruiserweight division, and you gonna fucking dick ride this nigga right here who ain't done nothing, who being gassed? All right, watch what I do. He felt offended by that. That could be deemed as some sucker shit by Jai Opataya. He's offended by that. So every promoter has these, the sucker shit that they do. Don King, we all know how infamous he was. They definitely had that little buster shit that they like, yo, bro, I can't fuck with you. But you don't all but celebrate the fact that they done transition, man. Like, you want motherfuckers to live today 80, 90 years old. They get the full experience of life. I don't think Cameron Duncan was that old. When I seen Cameron Duncan, he was pretty young. He looked pretty young. So you don't wish nobody no fucking, just you don't wish that shit is it's not cool. It's that shit is demented. That shit is demented as fuck. And I just feel, just sometimes a nigga need to be hitting they shit. That's just how I feel about it, man. You wish this man good riddance. No kids have been violated on his behalf. A man's pockets may have been violated, yeah. Ain't no kids harmed, no women sexually assaulted. He ain't doing no fuck shit to no dude, physically doing no fuck shit to no dudes and nothing like that. He's, he's not doing, that's minuscule shit right there. He's not doing anything that's going to harm anybody from a physical or a mental standpoint. And you will wish that, man, you would tell that good riddance, like, yo, bro, you out of pocket, bro. And if I heard about one of his people running down on you and crashing you, bro, I'd have to salute him and pat him on the back for that. That's what the fuck you get. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Watch what you say. Cause I mean, there's a power in words, man. The power of life and death is in the tongue. Ain't that what the good? I don't subscribe to to any Christian doctrine or religion or whatever, man. But there's bars in the Bible, Brody. That's one of them. You don't get to just tell a nigga good riddance because he did some shit that you may not necessarily been fond of as a promoter. Like all these promoters don't do that. He ain't do no different than any other promoter than did, more than likely. And for you to say that shit about him, bro, is like, yo, that's a terrible that's a horrible character flaw right there, Brody. Where you would completely just, yo, for real? For real? It's even a better way you can address your issues you take with somebody, you know what I'm saying? Even in death, you could be like, man, I'm not, just rest in peace. You can air out your grievances from there, Brody, but god damn. God damn, death is hard, Brody. Death is hard. And when death doesn't just involve the individual who transitioned, man. It's a blowback from all of that shit. All of his loved ones, his family members, his relatives and shit, they gotta deal with that. You dig? I'm sure that man didn't touch he didn't touch the heart of his peoples, man. So for you to sit there and say some wild shit like that while they're suffering and while they're grieving, how you think they gonna take that shit that you saying on fucking Twitter and so you can't delete that. The people done screenshotted that shit and everything, man. That shit ain't cool. I don't even think you can't apologize about some shit like that. You need your ass beat. That's just the long and short of that, Brody. You need your ass beat. Niggas need to stay. I need that fade. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if you get packed out, bro. That's the only way you can somewhat right that wrong, because that shit just wasn't cool at all. That shit wasn't cool at all, man. Just you gotta be sensitive to people in these type of trying times. You feel me? You got to be sensitive to people unless you're a Joel, a Jeff Epstein. Was it? I think it was Epstein. I'm thinking of Joel Osteen, Jeff Epstein. Unless you're somebody of that magnitude and just a putrid individual, man, you don't say good riddance to nobody who done passed off of cancer or anything like that, bro. Because that shit is vile and it's fucked up. It's insensitive. It's all of the above, bro. That shit gets I don't nah. Fuck you for that. Matter of fact. Rest in peace to Cameron Duncan. May the ancestors receive you well. Your transitions in your transition. Keep your families are in our prayers, man. Rick Lesher, you need your ass beat. And I'm outie, man. That's all I gotta say about it, y'all. Deuces.